Pastor's wife is out here conjuring up deceased family members of the congregation. Let's get into it. Welcome back, YouTube. And for those who do not know me, hello. My name is Noah, and on this channel, we talk about death, true crimes, haunted people, places, and things, spiritual reparations, and how you can fuck around and find out. If you are not subscribed here, besties, subscribe now. Make sure the notification bell is on. And if you're not following me over on TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook, follow me there too. On today's episode, we will be discussing a TikTok that was sent to me of a man who recently lost his mother and sought counsel at his church and got something else. To be honest, I love this creator's content. Some of it confuses me. I don't know if he's Christian, if he's a spiritualist, or just a spiritualist in general. Some of the responses to comments within this TikTok confuses me. But either way, if you vibe with his content, make sure you give him a follow. The opinions that I'm about to express about this video are mines and mines only. And opinions are like acids. Everybody got one. So I want y'all to really listen to what he says, listen to what I say afterwards, and give me your true opinion of what you think about this person. Because the story is that one of the first ladies of the church was trying to minister this man and give him healing and solace by pulling his dead mother. Okay? And his experience is a lot of the time what people experience, and it scares them away from spirituality because this was absolutely against spiritual law. And I suspect that this woman dabbles in more than one way. Two things could be the truth at the same time, but I'm going to express my opinions at the end. The creator's name is Roy C. Gilmore. I'm going to, again, tag his profile below and just listen to his story.
This lady conjured up my dead mama, and she was the lady of the church, dog. So my mama died a few years ago, dog, but anybody that know me, they know that out of all of her children, I am the hardest. That's nothing to brag about. There is no brownie points for being a hard black man, because Lord knows there's so many of us. So she kept reaching out, talking to me about healing and you know, getting that grief up off of me. I told her my mama is dead. She is gone. It don't matter how much I pray or how much I cry, she not coming back. I'm gonna get through it. I'll be okay. She insisted that we pray together. So I said, all right, whatever, we can pray. So we get on the phone. I tell her, like, you know, we can just pray. It ain't gotta be nothing too crazy. I don't want nobody laying hands on me, none of that. And she's like, okay, cool. We'll just pray. It won't take long. I say, okay, go ahead and do what you do. This lady gets quiet, dog. She inhales and she exhales. She says a small prayer, and then it gets quiet, and I feel the energy shift. After I felt that energy shift, dog, I heard my mother's voice. And she was crying and screaming and telling me all the stuff that only she knew. And I'm on the opposite end of the phone, bro, just staring at the phone like, bro, what is this? This is not gonna help me heal. If anything, this is more traumatizing than it is healing. I went along with it, man, and she kind of closed it out, and then she was like, now doesn't that feel better? You got to talk to her. And I'm on the phone, and I'm just like, yeah, is that it? You know, thank you, yada, yada, yada. Hung up the phone, man. Mind you, before all this happened, dog, I had a feeling that something was going on, because that week I had been having dreams of me and this woman having sex. FYI to the people who don't know, whenever you having dreams of you and somebody having sex that you ain't been thinking about, and it just gets sprung on you all of a sudden, they in your energy, baby. They putting witchcraft on you. They doing some type of spell work. They are in your energy. I was not thinking about this woman. I wasn't attracted to her or none of that. And then just all of a sudden, I'm having dreams about me and her having sex. Oh, yeah. I speak to doggone, you know, another family member that went to the church, and they just flat out told me that I was crazy. I didn't know what I was talking about, that, you know, all them books I had been reading about witchcraft and everything that I had been through had essentially clouded my judgment. And I'm listening to them tell me this, and I'm like, bro, y'all are not going to do this to me. make me seem like I'm crazy. This woman just conjured up my dead mama. I know plenty of people who practice conjure and do this and do that. If that's your thing, man, go ahead. But you can't be in a church preaching against witchcraft and practicing witchcraft. And I know that this particular woman had a history in hoodoo because her husband told me she did. And then when my little brother confronted them about it, he denied that she ever had a history in hoodoo, and she denied that me and her ever had that conversation. And I was just like, wow. And I'll tell you, dog, I haven't been to church ever since. I ain't been to no church. Am I punishing God for what they did to me? No, but bro, a lot of these pastors, they not what y'all think they are. A lot of these people are Freemasons. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these Christian pastors, dog, they are Freemasons. They are freaking warlocks and witches, man. It wasn't so much of what she did that bothered me. It's the fact that my family didn't believe me when I told them. Everybody in my family knows I am a lot of things, but baby, I am not a liar. Truth be told, dog, I always knew that there was something up with that church, man. I always knew. And that just kind of sealed the deal for me. Again, if you're going to practice hoodoo, voodoo, conjure, whatever, do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's knocking you, but don't be in a church laying hands on folks, preaching against it, and then you practicing it. Do what you do. You know what I'm saying? Even myself, dog, I don't claim to be anything. I am a man of faith. You know what I'm saying? I'm not locked in with any freaking religion. I am a man of faith. Yeah, I just wanted to come up here and tell that story, dog, because I know a lot of people are going through what I went through, and they probably feel like they're crazy. Whether your family's shunning you for exposing the truth or whatever it is, dog, I feel you. I understand. You're not crazy. You saw what you saw. You heard what you heard. There's a lot of dirt that goes on in the black churches. Children being essayed, people stealing from each other, all types of stuff, man. But it gets swept under the rug because it'll make the church look bad. Protect your children in the churches and protect yourselves. The churches ain't the same no more, man. They not about God. They are about money. Church is a business. Religion is a business. If you want to get close to God, go internal. He may not be in that church. And if he is, you still got to leave that church at some point and find him for yourself. Go internal and find God.
There is so much to unpack in this video, so I'm going to go step by step. The first thing that he said is that his mama is dead and gone. And as a channeler who tries not to be nosy and snoop, I'm here to let you know that your deceased mother is not dead and gone. Of course, on this channel, we love a good Japanese session about ancestry. And whenever your mother passes, in my opinion, if she had good Iwa Pele, and it doesn't just have to be his mother, anybody who had good character and completed their soul contract, they get to go to the ancestral realm. So that kind of, I was like, mother dead and gone. Yes, she is. Her spirit is still alive. Her vessel is deceased. One red flag that I feel like a lot of people ignore is whenever people insist, they are just so insistent on praying for you, praying with you. And even he seemed a little like weary of getting on a phone call with her so that they can pray together. That's not just him being weary, that is his discernment. Probably that same ancestor that he believes is dead and gone, whispering in his ear, don't do it. We have to make sure that we are continuously tapped into our intuition and using our discernment, because he knew something was very weird or off about her being so insistent on praying with him. Y'all have to realize that prayers are spells. Y'all cannot be running around letting everybody lay hands on you and pray for you. And we can also do a video about that. Comment down below if you would like me to make a video speaking Japanese about why you should not be letting everybody pray for you. Now, the next part of his video, he talks about how this woman takes this deep breath. She says a prayer first, takes a deep breath, and then he hears his mother's voice. Okay, this is where it's teetering in. Is this prophecy or is this something else? Is this mediumship? Whatever, what have you, right? But the fact that his mother came through and she was screaming and crying, that's red flag number one. I don't believe that she conjured up his mother, because this life, earth, is hell. This is as bad as it gets, unless you are just the scum of the earth, totally jacked up character, EY Pele in the dumpster. We have places like that, and it's called darkness. Okay? It's not even necessarily hell. But I will say that usually, whenever I hear ancestors come through during readings, they are not sad unless they committed the S word, unless they were just snatched out of this life prematurely. And even then, they're not necessarily sad. It's just like when they visit that space, it's a little solemnness to them. Like they don't like that they were taken out so early before they can complete their soul contract. But most of them come through talking shit, dragging us by our edges, joking, and they come through a more healthier version of themselves. They go back to their prime, what they consider their prime. Or sometimes they come through looking exactly the way they did at the end of their life, but just in a healthier form. So, no, I don't believe that this was his mother. And I don't know what this was, but it was very suspicious. Screaming and crying, I think not. This woman absolutely traumatized this man more than she helped because, see, this is against spiritual law whenever you know how to read or if you can pull the dead or whatever the case is, because you have to make sure that the person that you are doing this to gives you permission. Okay? We don't want people in our energy in that way, shape, or form. And then you bring out this spirit, which I believe was like trickster energy. You bring out this spirit and he's listening to it sound like his mom screaming, crying, saying things that he would only know, and it traumatized him. This is totally inappropriate work from someone who has gifts such as hers. And the fact that this man was dreaming about this woman a week prior in a very spicy manner, one thing he said that is absolutely correct is that she was doing root. You do not dream of people in that way that you are not attracted to, ain't been thinking about, unless they are playing in your energy, like he said. Y'all have to be careful. Put your guards of protection up. Pray over yourself because there's no coincidence that she's doing this, wanting to do this, and this is what he was dreaming of just a couple days prior. Absolutely not. Coincidence? I think the fuck not. Some of these people that are in the church, because hoodoo, spiritual work, seers, prophets have forever been indoctrinated into the black Christianity church. That is not a secret or thing, but some of these people, and it's a small population of them, have incubus succubus energy attached to them, and they are doing root on people, the congregation. Why don't you think all of us have woken up and seen what a scam the church is? Literal scam. You know why? Because whenever a preacher, pastor talk on that microphone, it is a spell, essentially. So you have to just think about everything that this man is saying. He's saying he reported this to family members and they called him crazy. That's a part of the spell. This story is just diabolical, and it is what you don't do when you have a gift and you still actively go to church. Because I have a feeling that this was witchcraft, and not in the sense that I don't practice a little witchcraft too, and I have plenty of witchy friends, but there is a difference between light work and then going to the pits of hell, low vibrational, dirty work in witchcraft. This is not conjure. This is not root work. This is none of that we hoodoos represent. This is something different. Her husband knows what she is. She knows what she is. How do you try to wipe a whole conversation from somebody's memory? That's absolutely insane. And the fact that they're denying it, there's nothing wrong with being a hoodoo that still goes to church. I mean, all hoodoo is West African practices synchronized with Christianity. Us having to survive, survival magic, conjure. But the fact that they said, nope, that never happened, tells me that there was something nefarious at play. And this brings me back to the point that I said earlier. Do not be letting everybody pray for you. Like he said, these pastors, first ladies, congregation members, they don't be what they say they are all the time. All right? That is just, it's law. There are good and bad people in the church, obviously. And within that good and bad, there are good hoodoos, magicians, root worker conjurers, and then they're the bad ones. And you have to be very careful. Use that discernment, baby. That is the number one gift that God gave everybody. You ain't got to be a seer, a prophet, a medium, a psychic. You ain't even got to throw tarot cards or bones. That is the number one thing that the source born you with, that he gifted you. And just to add on to what he said, like he never went back to any church, he's not punishing God. No, because God is within you. You don't have to go to the church house to get the word of God. God made you in their image. So all you got to do is seek within. You ain't got to step into nobody's church, because these are the things that happens behind closed doors. These are the things that happen. Spiritual bypassing, breaking spiritual law. This lady need her ass whooped. That is all for today, YouTube. And if you're interested in me responding to a video, person, place, or thing, topic, leave it down below. Also, if you made it to the end of this video, please leave down below if you've ever experienced something of the nature in the church with people doing things that are quote unquote witchy, things that they condemn in church, but they do. Comment it down below. I want to hear your body key. And until next time, y'all do good, be good, and stay safe, please. Love y'all down.